Hi everyone, it's Marisa from BumblebeeApothecary.com, and today I'd like to share with you my best current tips for sourcing nutrient-dense food. These are going to be my best tips that are current and up-to-date for how to find food that fits with following the GAPS diet or just following a Nourishing Traditions or Weston A price style diet, finding the highest quality food that you can. My number one tip for people just getting started with sourcing nutrient-dense food is to not get overwhelmed by it. It is a big shift and a big change in your thinking and your planning and your grocery shopping. So the number one thing is to not stress about it. Don't get overwhelmed with it. Just make little changes one at a time, and before you know it, you'll be doing so much better than you were a month ago and then eventually a year ago. So don't get overwhelmed by it. Just start doing what you can and eventually it'll build on itself. This is especially important to keep in mind because a lot of the sources for the best food are not very well known. It takes some digging. Even if you've lived in an area for a while, you have to really make connections and ask around and know the right people to be able to find the best quality food. It's not just always right out there and obvious. My next tip is to get in touch with your local Weston A Price Foundation chapter. Start talking to the chapter leader. Check out the website. Usually all of the local chapters will have their own website, and there should be a list of local resources. So farms, good places for buying different things that are in line with Weston A Price and GAPS diet eating. That is a fantastic resource and will really help you get started finding the best food that you can. My next tip is, as you're able and as you have opportunity, and you would be surprised at what you can do when you really get creative, is to move towards growing what you can of your own food. So even if you're in an apartment and you maybe have a balcony, you can grow quite a bit in container gardens. You can have indoor herbs. So you can get started just no matter where you are by growing some things. If you have a yard, then you can have a garden. You can start dedicating maybe a bigger space to that and start planning your garden in terms of what you want to eat and what will give you the best value for your efforts. A lot of times if you live in town and you have a yard, then more and more places are allowing chickens. You can have a chicken coop in your backyard. It can be even a movable kind, and you can have chickens to supply you with eggs and fertilizer for your garden, and plus they're really fun. It's just a mood boosting and health enhancing activity to have your own animals and be out there spending time with them, taking care of them, get you outside. There's just so many benefits, and fresh eggs too. And then of course, if you have even more space, the opportunities are even more. You can have more animals beyond that. You can have a bigger garden, fruit trees, maybe bushes, things like that. Just get creative and think about what you can grow where you're at now. I have quite a few videos on my channel already showing where we live in town on about a 1/4 of an acre lot in town, all the different things that we grow. So check out those videos. I'll have some linked below. The next tip is, because most of us are not able to grow everything that we eat, is to find farms. Now these can be very local to your area, or they can be slightly at a distance. If a lot of them end up being at a distance, a really good tip is to find other people in your area who are also interested in going out and getting food from these farms, and then form like a buying club where you can set up a schedule to where one person takes a turn every so often, once a month, every 6 weeks, however many people you have involved, going and driving and getting things from the farms for the whole group. This can work out for things like raw milk that might not be available right where you live, produce, eggs, meat. That can be more of a once in a while thing for getting like half of an animal or something like that. So think about that. The Weston A Price Foundation chapter again, is going to be a really great resource for putting you in touch with people who are interested in eating that same way, so that you can start to form these types of clubs or find out if one already exists and join it. And then of course, if you have farms more local to where you are, then by all means, whatever you can't grow yourself, try to get from local farms. I was just on a live webinar with Dr. Natasha. She does these every so often with the certified GAPS coaches who have graduated, and it's always full of such great information. But she was talking about how these days, pretty much all of the food in the grocery stores, doesn't matter if it's labeled organic or not, so organic included, is contaminated with Roundup, the herbicide. And that's so sad. And so she was recommending, as much as possible, do not buy your food from the grocery store, because you're just going to be consuming Roundup, and it is really an antibiotic, so it's very damaging to your gut. First of all, try not to let that get you down and be too discouraging or overwhelming, because we can just do the best that we can. I still buy a little bit of stuff from the grocery store. You know, we just do the best that we can. But as much as you can, try to find local farms. And there's going to be an in-between step that's better than the grocery store, but also more convenient than getting everything at a farm sometimes, that I'll talk about in a second. But do your digging, start talking to people, find these farms and these people that you didn't know existed, and start trying to support them. They need support. It is very hard work to grow food the right way. It's not incredibly profitable all the time. So the people who are putting in the effort and doing the hard work and growing things the right way, they really need support. So it's a very good thing to find these people and to buy your food from them when you can. And you'll be surprised once you start digging. Like I said in the beginning, don't get overwhelmed by it. It takes some time to find these places and people, but once you do, you'll realize that there's quite a few opportunities. And then the next step before the grocery store is kind of the last resort for getting food that you're not able to source right around you from farms, is a co-op called Azure Standard. So they are a buying co-op. Usually orders will be placed once a month to your area. A big truck will come. Everybody will go meet the truck and get their order. They have very good prices, very high quality, lots of different things to choose from. You can get fresh produce, dry goods like pantry staples. They have meat. They have personal care items and supplements. They have a really large selection, and they're one of my favorite places to fill in with food that I'm not able to grow myself or source from local farms. So that's where I go next when I need to buy a lot of my food. And I have a video up already, which I'll have linked below, where I show all the things that I usually buy from Azure Standard on a regular basis. Also in the description box, there'll be a link for where you can check out Azure Standard as well and find where your buying group is in your area. And then last resort for the things that we're not able to grow ourselves or source locally or get from a better place like Azure Standard is to do your best at the grocery store. Go for organic produce. Dr. Natasha says that when you really have to, like if you're just starting out and you don't know all the sources yet, or if money is really tight, you can do conventional meat if you really have to. Of course, grass-fed and organic is going to be much better, but the animals have their own detoxification systems and they will get rid of a lot of toxins that way, but plants don't. So she says really prioritize organic produce. Again, just like I was talking about before, it doesn't mean it's perfect. It's still contaminated some, but it's going to be better in a lot of cases. So just do your best that way. And then remember, stay positive. Think about the good changes that you're making as you're finding new and better places to buy food. Don't get hung up on what isn't perfect right now. Your body has a detoxification system too. And by eating this way, following GAPS, if you need to fix something, or the Weston A price, if you're already in good health, will keep that detoxification system working so that it can work well, because we all have to live in this world the way it is, and that's why we have a detoxification system. So don't stress. You're not going to be healthy if you're stressing. Just do the best you can. But I hope that these tips were really helpful. Check out that description box for links to all the different resources that I talked about, as well as a link for where you can find your local Weston A price chapter. Get growing your own food as much as you can. Leave me a comment and let me know what changes are you planning to make, what are you planning to grow yourself, and what are you looking for in your area. I'd love to hear where you're at in this journey, because it is a journey doing better with all of these different things. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would find it helpful. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out 2 new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.